Hey guys and gals, it's Hump Day. Part 1. So I'm dog sitting for my brother and sister-in-law, and I absolutely love doing it every single time because I love to play with Moose. Moose is, by the way, the dog's name. He's an American pit bull boxer. You probably can't see him right now because he's like down here, right off camera. Right here. I swear I'm not crazy. I swear I'm not crazy. You know what? Here. Sit. Up. Part 2. No means no. Sammy, challenges by their very nature are optional. You can't force me to do a challenge just because you feel like you are entitled to it. You are not entitled to force me into anything that I do not want to do. And just to be absolutely and abundantly clear about this, I said, no, I will not do this challenge, and gave good reasons as to why I won't. So, let me explain to you the rules moving forward for challenges. Stop me if you've heard these rules before. Rule 1. Just because I've done a challenge in the past does not mean I will do a challenge again just because you want me to. Rule 2. I can stop a challenge anytime I want. Maybe halfway through I decide I don't like doing this challenge anymore. Therefore, I am fully and completely entitled to stop a challenge halfway through just because it no longer makes me comfortable to do said challenge. Rule 3. Just because I said I'd like to do a challenge at some point in time does not mean you can force a challenge upon me in the middle of the night. I will let you know when I'm good and ready to start doing a challenge. Rule 4. Just because I've agreed to do challenges in the past, such as this blog, does not mean you can force me into a challenge whenever you'd like. Challenges accepted in the past does not grant you immediate access to challenges whenever. Rule 5. Just because we live together and we're vlogmates does not mean I have to do a challenge for you anytime you feel like it. You are not entitled to a challenge from me just because we live together. Rule 6. If you do something nice for me, such as buy me drinks at a bar or maybe breakfast the next morning, that does not mean immediately that I have to do a challenge for you. This is not a quid pro quo arrangement. Again, I have full control over when I do and do not want to do a challenge. Rule 7. Now this one is a really big one, so I need you to pay attention. Just because I'm wearing clothes that may be begging for a challenge doesn't mean you're allowed to thrust one upon me. Rule 8. Just because I'm drunk or have otherwise clearly impaired judgment does not mean you can take that opportunity to throw a challenge upon me. If I have clearly impaired judgment, I do not have any way to give formal advised consent for said challenge. Finally, Rule 9. If I say no to a challenge, you have to simply accept that. Please understand that you are not allowed to continue asking or finding a way to force me into this challenge. You are not allowed to continue berating me until I eventually give in. That is not okay. If I say no to a challenge, no means no. Where have I heard that before? If these rules sound familiar in any way, it's because they're the rules to consent. Take them under advisement and make sure that no matter what, you always abide by these 9 rules in your dealings with anyone ever. Just so you and anyone else that may be watching this video never forget these rules. All of these rules are listed in the description. Share with your friends.